only 50%. So these things do not necessarily remain the same. Given the data, market responds. Market a month ago thought rates, the lower bound of Fed funds rate was going to be 475 with a 50% chance of 5. But now it's thinking it's going to be at least 5 and a 78% chance of 525. Okay? But this spreadsheet is going to help you read off these rather easily. All you need to figure out is, where do I start? What's the lower and upper bound? Get the probability. Since 508 is the basis, let's look at the July contract. July meeting is on 25-26. Too high, decrease it. Oh, I didn't enter the contract price. 94,735. How come? I'm making a mistake somewhere. Maybe it's going to be 533. I'm making a mistake somewhere, but it should have worked. Or I entered the number incorrectly. 94,815. Of course. Here, I'm assuming that it's going to be just 2 moves until July. And it says it's going to be at least 50. So it's kind of a, let's do this. All right. Don't put too much stuff into longer term ones, because that price to me is not very good. If there is no meeting in a given month, it's a lot easier to figure out what the market thinks it's going to be. 94.70 is for August. You know, August there is no meeting, so H1 is fine. No meeting. August number is 94.70. So market average is 530. So if I do this 508, you can think of this as a cumulative analysis until the end of the July meeting. This says by the end of the July meeting, its market is betting at least 508 for EFFR, which is 5% on the lower bound of federal funds rate. And there's an 88% chance that it could be 525, which is 3 moves. 5 is 2 moves from where it is now. 525 is 3 moves. So market says over the next 4 meetings, March, May, June, July, the chances of 2 moves is 100%, 3 moves is 88%. Okay? But they don't think more than that. You can take advantage of another month that doesn't have a meeting, October, and you're going to see that it's going to give a pretty much similar 94,715. Where are you? Market is saying by the end of September meeting, we expect 2, probably 3 moves. If you want to look at a little bit longer term, which is somewhat of a fool's errand because the volumes are not high. There is no meeting in January, I think. Let me check. There's no meeting in February 25, 24. So if we get that one, 95,065, and let's see. So by the end of the January meeting next year, the rates will be either the same, 508, which is 5%, but with 42% probability, but they could be 475 with 58% probability. So market thinks if there are rate cuts, they may start sometime after October, but the chances of that is not too high. But since there aren't that much volume, don't put too much stock into those. If you want to see how much people are betting on those, look at the open interest. These are the contracts that have not been closed yet. In February, you got only 15,000 contracts compared to February contracts right now, 500,000. So the longer term numbers are based on relatively low volume. So do not rely on them too much, but kind of see it as an indicative ways of looking at it. I mean, I wouldn't put anything below 100,000 open interest, too much stock. So anything after that is too speculative. Got a question? Oh, okay. Do you guys have any question on the portfolio exercise? I'll stop the lecture now. You guys can talk as group and at least start a meeting about what sort of investments you're going to make today. Actually, tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Anyone? Market's closed today. It's President's Day. It is not a federal holiday, but the market is closed. The banks are closed. So you're going to do your first trade tomorrow, but you can talk about, since this is the first time you're going to make an investment, what sort of things you want to buy. So you can have a meeting about that. All right. I will see you guys on Zoom on Wednesday.